What's up, you guys? Coach Sarah here. This is my weekly weight loss chat. Today I want to share a little goal setting hack with you that I think is going to make your experience of not only setting the goal but also achieving the goal much more fun, much more enjoyable. So let me give you a little backstory on where the inspiration for this hack came from. I've noticed that with a lot of my clients, one characteristic they share is the struggle of weight loss, right? And that's not an absurd thing to consider, right? Sure, someone comes to a weight loss coach, they are probably struggling with weight loss on some level. I'm not talking about the kind of struggle though that, maybe you have had difficulty even achieving the weight loss. I'm talking about clients that actually have achieved weight loss in the past, but when they have, it's been this massive struggle for them. I can very much relate to that, of course, but I can also relate to it in so many other aspects of my life aside from weight loss. Because the more I started to think about my own experience, the more I realized that generally I pride myself in being a very efficient person. So anytime I'm making plans, I'm always trying to think of what is the quickest, most efficient way of making this happen. And that comes through in my goal setting as well. Okay, we're gonna move. We're gonna move house. How are we gonna make this happen? Think of the most efficient way to do it, no matter what. Just what's the quickest, what's the cheapest, how can we make this happen? That, of course, came through in my weight loss as well. Of course, it's like, okay, I've got to get to this goal. What's the most efficient, effective way to get there? No questions asked. We just got to, boom, beeline to that direct goal. Unfortunately, the dark side of having this kind of mentality is the process is not always fun. So I find that a lot of times I end up sacrificing myself on the altar of efficiency in order to get to this goal, and then I get done and I'm exhausted. An example, a really simple real world example of this is how I used to travel. Whenever I would travel, I would, like a hurricane, go through my house trying to pack everything as quickly as I could and get in the car as fast as I could, get to the airport, wherever I'm trying to get to actually do the traveling. I felt like I would take a deep breath in and almost like hold my breath as I'm sprinting through this. Now, I'm not actually holding my breath through this process. I'm more speaking to the energy I had trying to get myself to the car or to the airport. And then the end result is I would slump down in my seat, exhausted, and then also thinking through my head, did I get everything I wanted to get? Just freaked out and completely haggard in the experience. Well, I had this great experience with one of my coaches actually one time, and she was talking to me about my processes, and I had shared with her that this way of being that I have, where it's like, okay, if I set a goal, even if the goal is as simple as, okay, we are gonna leave the house tomorrow at 9 a.m., all of a sudden I feel this pit in my stomach and my brain starts to spin as I'm thinking through, okay, what's the absolute best way of getting out the door at 9 o'clock, no matter what? And then of course, single Sarah would do that on her own. But if you add a husband and a kid to the mix, then whoever happens to be within my purview, my emotional range, Lord knows they get the brunt of this, like, we've got to do this as quickly as possible. So, needless to say, well, thankfully I didn't have a baby at that point when I was like this. Things have changed since then. But as I was saying, I'm talking to my coach and she's listening to this and she says, well, Sarah, what if you just set an intention to make it easy or to make it fun? So say I'm going on a trip, say you're going to go on a trip, set the intention to, leave for the airport at a certain time and enjoy the process of packing, or maybe set the intention of packing with ease. And it seems simple, right? It seems like, what? But when she said it, I realized at no point when I goal set do I ever talk about how I want to achieve the goal meaning the energy that I want to do it with. Do I want to do it easily, or do I want to make it this struggle and this like uphill climbing Mount Everest thing? I've just always assumed that to hit a goal of any kind, it has to have that climbing Mount Everest energy to it. And so I played with it, and then I played with it some more. And the more I played with it, the more I realized this is genius. This is brilliant. The reason why is I realized our brain is a supercomputer. So if you give your brain any kind of a task, your brain is going to go to work making that happen. It's going to try and figure out how to do it. And so my brain on autopilot, I was just giving my brain the task of, here is a goal, make it as difficult as possible. Maybe so that I can have something to show for like, oh, there was an effort there. But when I started changing my outlook and changing my approach with that one simple hack of, all right, we want to get out the door at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. How can we do this? And how can we do it with ease? And then my brain started to give me suggestions and recommendations for that. Well, maybe you could make a list ahead of time. Maybe you can communicate to your husband that you want to leave at that time, and you guys can figure out together how to do it. And the same is true for weight loss. If you have a goal of, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds. All right, automatically, I don't know about you, but just saying that phrase, I want to lose 20 pounds, again, I feel this pit in my stomach. I feel my heart kind of clench up and my body tighten. But then when I ask myself, well, what if I were to lose 20 pounds and it would be easy and it would be enjoyable? What would that be like? And then my brain starts to give me recommendations like, well, you would find foods that you enjoy eating that help you get to that goal. So not just like health foods, like, oh, I gotta eat health foods then, or healthy foods. But no, what if you find healthy foods that you like? And what if you make that the challenge rather than the weight loss? What if you actually set a goal of finding 5 healthy recipes that you just love? Oh, well, that sounds way more fun. That sounds awesome. But you know what? I don't have the time. It needs to be easy. Well, what if we make it, Forrest and I actually have this great phrase. We call it bag of chips easy. And that's because I've had so many clients that say like, oh, I don't have time to cook. But you know what all of us have time to do is to reach into a vending machine or reach into the cabinet and pull out a bag of chips and pop it open. We all have time for that. Okay, well, what if we set the intention that I want to put together this list of 5 healthy recipes that I love and that they're bag of chip easy? What if I do that? That gives me a lot more space to work with. So that's my little hack for you today. I hope you try it and let me know how it works for you. That's it for now. I hope you have a great weekend. We'll talk soon. Bye.